What up, people? Welcome to another episode of Social Moment. If you are new here, click the subscribe button, click on the bell, and click on all. Thank you. So, most people have had at least one awkward sexual encounter in their lifetime, and some people have been bold enough to step forward and leave the details, humiliating, cringe, and funny experience of their life on the interwebs. Let's dive right into it. And may I warn you, this might get a little X-rated. If it's not for you, you can check my other uploads and enjoy. Onyin, who is 25, says, I and my boyfriend were trying to spice up our relationship by recording a sex tape. We tried out different sex styles and made sure it was the hottest sex we had as we were having these porn-star vibes. Only for us to finish and decide to watch what we recorded. We both looked terrible and our butt cracks would give anyone... I swear this is one of the reasons why I never get the hype over, sex tapes. They always look dreadful. Like you'll be sitting there, go online, all of a sudden, some leaked sex tapes is in the trend, people are going crazy over it. You press play, and it's completely rubbish. I don't know how people even get aroused by them. They look so terrible, like, I'm yet to see one that looks good or professional. They all look terrible. We both looked terrible and our butt cracks would give anyone a nightmare. That was the worst porn I ever saw in my life. I hated the fact that I had a better view of my boyfriend's D in that video. I'm never putting that shit in my mouth again. This is a funny stat. This is hilarious. But for real, sex tapes are trash. I really don't get the hype about them. They are trash. Tawheed, who is 25, says, one of my ex-course mates at the University of Ibadan invited me for a threesome. I didn't even bother to ask her if the third person was a male or a female. Dude, that sounds like something you should ask if somebody invites you for a threesome. Why would you not ask that? I sure knew I was 100% down for a free effing after chasing her for 2 good years in uni. I got there and met this foolish boy who was staring at me from head to toe and licking his lips. I told her there is no way I would do it because I am not comfortable with another guy seeing my D. She sure convinced me and I started kissing her while he watched. Wait, what? I didn't take my boxers off completely because I was very shy and uncomfortable. He came to the bed and dragged my boxers down. I said in my mind, I hope you are not mad, bro. He grabbed my D after and I decked him. That's how we put our threesome machine aside and started exchanging blows. This girl tried to separate us, but it was beyond her power. We fought until we wounded each other and got tired of fighting. I dressed up and went home with a swollen mouth. This will be one hell of a story to tell your kids one day, if you have the guts to. Kemi, who is 21, says, when I was in level 200, I visited a guy at his parents' house. We were in the middle of a movie when we started kissing and smooching. I didn't want to have sex intercourse, but I was down with an oral sex. He was lying on the bed while I was kneeling on the edge of the bed, giving him head. We were about 2 minutes into it when his mother came inside. I was in that position with this D in my mouth. The fool was still telling me to keep going and bobbing my head because he hadn't seen who I saw. The woman removed one of her slippers and threw it at us. Her son quickly escaped before she could pick the slipper back up. She faced me and asked for my age. I told her I was 19. She screamed and said, you are 19 and you are already putting D in your mouth. That's how I started hearing why on my head. This woman left her son and started beating the hell out of me with her slippers. I have never received that kind of beating at home self. That's a good mom. Irene, who is 29, says, I think my girlfriend's head is strong because I'm always finding myself in a messy situation whenever I try to cheat on her. An older lady invited me to her house for sex. Who am I to decline after she agreed to pay me a sum of money that is 5 times my monthly salary? On that day, we were already having sex when an older man entered. I stood up at the speed of light because I knew he was probably her husband. They both laughed and told me to continue. Wait. Since I lost my erection already, they asked me to sit on my chair while they watched me jerk off till I was hard again. A big boy like me. Come and see how I looked like a foolish gigolo that they were pushing around. I've never been in such an awkward situation in my life. Last, I didn't get hard and I was told to leave without a dime. I felt useless and humiliated. Yeah, that was bad. Onomi 26 says, I had this guy I only met with friends. He's married, but claims his wife doesn't satisfy him sexually. Don't they all? I'm yet to hear a story of a married man who's trying to cheat on his wife that didn't insult his wife somehow. There's always something up with their wife. They are not good enough. They are not this. They are not that. But tomorrow you go see them uploading their WhatsApp status celebrating 5 years of marriage anniversary. That's how it be. He gives me nothing than 100k each time we meet for sex. One day we were having sex and he asked, whose pussy is this? I didn't answer him at first because the question vexed me. How was someone that has a wife at home be asking me such a question? The fact that you give me money doesn't mean you own my pussy, bro. He asked again twice and I was totally embarrassed and irritated. That was how he said he would give me 300k if I would tell him he owns it. Wait. Is that important? I was just shouting, "It's your pussy," till we finished having. I was just shouting, "It's your pussy," till we finished having sex. That was quite embarrassing, but anything for the moolah. Yeah. Anything for the moolah. Kolade 27 says, I took a girl home on Friday night. We were supposed to have sex at the club, but I wasn't comfortable with that, so we went to my apartment. Since we both knew our mission that night, we started undressing right in my car. The girl that was moaning so loudly when we were kissing stopped immediately. I penetrated. I was still trying to go deeper, harder and faster so that she would feel me, but I wasn't getting any reaction from her. She told me she wasn't feeling anything and that my D was too small. Every guy dreads to hear this. 3 minutes into sex, this girl slept off, or maybe she pretended. I just removed my D, wiped it with my boxers and went to bed. I was so embarrassed that the following morning that I couldn't look at her. I wish I didn't bring her to my apartment in the first place. Yeah. Sorry, bro. James 28 says, I had been chatting with this girl on Twitter for a few months before we arranged to meet at my place. One thing led to the other and we found each other in my bed. During our foreplay, the girl started pushing my hair down to give her head, which is something I wasn't ready to do. I had never done it before and I never planned to do it with one random girl that I'm just getting to know. Last, she won and my hair landed on her V. I felt nauseous instantly and vomited all the rice and beans I just ate right on her head. I felt nauseous instantly and vomited all the rice and beans I just ate right on her V. She threatened to call the police and I asked her why is the report would look like. These stories are killing me. How? Now really, how is a statement report gonna look like? How are you even gonna do that? That was the last one. I didn't even try to make that the last one, but somehow the first one ended up being the last. Have an experience you want to share? Leave it in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Catch you later.